Hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to a live stream that is technically a development live stream, I'm gonna say, because that's what we're doing today. And yes, I am a tad late, not nearly as late as I was on Friday, but I'm a tad late today because, well, frankly, it's just poor planning. But anyhow, hello, I'm here. God dang it. Let me fix the green screen. God. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Green screen's doing good now. Hello, yes, I'm back, and I'm starting here on the Minecraft website because Snapshot 25W35A added a quite interesting new feature. Specifically, is it mentioned here before? No, I don't think it is. Well, it adds this new Minecraft server management server. Shit, which is, which has this giant protocol, which is what we're going to explain today. This has a lot of potential. It basically can allow you to make programs that can interact and manage your server without having to be mods, which is pretty cool stuff. Now, theoretically, anything that we can do with this, already possible through mods and plugins, but this is just features that will exist in the game that anyone could take advantage of with third-party scripts. Alright, so what's going on here? So, first of all, we're going to start by reading through the article on the website to kind of get an idea of what we're doing, and then we're just going to try playing around with it. So, server properties now has, they removed things to game roles, but then they've added all this server management stuff. So the first one is server management enabled. This is off by default, which is good because this stuff is very powerful. You don't want to be able to just randomly take advantage of this. And the default port is 255.8.5. That's also important to know. Oh, and then the other one, the host. This is the net specifically. It's kind of ambiguous here, but what this is what network interface it will be listening for connections on. So this is the same thing as server IP address, effectively, but for the management protocol. And this defaults to localhost. Unlike the IP address or the I can't speak. Unlike server IP address, which defaults to nothing and which will just accept connections from any network adapter, network interface, this defaulting to local hosts means it will only accept connections from within the same, by default, it only accepts connections from within this computer using the localhost connection, which is literally the word localhost or 127.0.0.1. That's what this means. And it's good, because you don't want another computer on the network just being like, hey, I see you're a Minecraft server. Mind killing everyone for me? And then, there's zero authentication on this. So it'd be like, sure thing, boss. Anyhow, and then there's heartbeat interval. So there's, I guess, going to be the ability to have a heartbeat being sent over this API when you're actually communicating with it. Although by default it is off, but good that you can turn it on. Okay. So, added a server management API, a JSON RPC over WebSocket for dedicated servers. So, JSON RPC, I did have to look this up, and I will have to look this up again because I don't entirely know what it entails. But basically, it's kind of a communication protocol that's based off of JSON. So, if you know what a JSON file looks like, it's basically that. But there's additional, format information included, I guess. That's basically it. Let's see, it's disabled by default and can be enabled with these various properties. The API is accessible at just WS for WebSocket. I think TCP sockets might also be allowed, but we're going to be using WebSockets because that's just what it's telling us to use. WS:// and then, IP : port. Pretty standard stuff. When enabled, support... Why is there another... Oh, okay. Okay, supports querying and updating. Supports the querying and updating of server status. Players. Is that supposed to be whitelist? It says allow list. I think that's a whitelist is what that means. Players, whitelist, operator, settings, and game rules. Okay. Supports querying. Oh, wait, I just read that. Sends notifications on state changes, i.e. player joins and game rule updates. Okay. Calling ID1 method RPC discover returns an API schema containing supported methods and notifications of the currently running server. I think I'm just going to go through this before I even try experimenting with this stuff. But interesting. The data generator produces an API schema, JSON RPC API schema.json, in the reports output folder, mirroring the content returned by rpc.discover by the rpc discover method. Interesting. Okay. The API adheres to the JSON RPC 2.0 specification. Okay, so here we'll open that up for later. Uses namespace methods, and the reversed namespace, or the reserved namespaces are Minecraft, Minecraft colon whatever, and notification. All right. Theoretically, obviously, this is very extensible with mods, I'd assume. So that's why mods would use, say, like my stupid mod colon for their namespace. Oh yeah. Extensible via custom namespace for additional methods and events. Probably via mods, not data packs, I don't think, because I think this stuff loads well before data packs get loaded. Okay, core method groups. So I think this is the thing before the slash here. Players, allow list, operators, server, save, stop. Ability to stop the server. Server settings, game rules. Oh. Just kind of an open-ended list there. Example method calls. Okay, so this is kind of what the JSON that we're going to have to send is format. So request. So here's the request. Method, Minecraft allow list slash add, ID 1, params, and then a two-dimensional array of JSON objects with just one name inside them for some reason. Oh, okay. I gotta think what's going on here. So the first dimension of the array is separating individual parameters, and then the first element there, is a list of, I guess, names in this case to add to the whitelist. And I wouldn't be surprised if this allow list thing gets changed to whitelist in a snapshot in the future. That just seems correct. Anyhow, what does it respond with? RPC 2.0, ID 1, result. That's, I think, Jeb's UUID, I'd imagine. Name Jeb. Okay. Example notification, and this is just generally sent to you, the client, I guess, unprovoked. Method, notification player joined. Okay. Pretty simple. Example errors. So if you just try to call a function that doesn't exist, the error is a result. The result, it's an error message, method not found, data, method not found, Minecraft foobar. Okay, errors as follows, stuff. And then the rest of this is general technical changes. So I think that's where the discovery of what we're doing here ends, and the bit where we start going into the actual experimentation begins, I guess. So first of all, I have a Minecraft server on the latest snapshot here just running on my computer. I've enabled the server management, as you can see from this here. It prints it very early on in the server loading process. So JSON RPC server on 25585, as you would expect. And yeah. So, and this is before most of the server, before it even states the Minecraft version. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Ah, crap, I forgot to open Minecraft. Please hold while I open the game itself, because that's kind of an important thing to, joining the server or whatever. Where is it? Minecraft, there it is. So anyhow, yeah. Cool stuff is happening. Minecraft launcher, taking 70 years. I will join on my main account just because. Beep. Beep. Okay, that should be the game launching. Alright. No, didn't prepare my server list for this at all, mind you. So anyhow, so I've set up the server, and I've gotten, so we're going to be building a very terrible website to interact with this stuff, because that's obviously the easiest way to do a WebSocket. You can do WebSockets in other programs, but actual HTML and JavaScript is going to be the easiest way to do it. I was experimenting generally with WebSockets earlier, so I didn't launch the Minecraft version of the latest snapshot. Ugh. Here, let me just... there we go. Okay, I've adjusted my serverless, so once I get this Minecraft booting again, I should be able to show stuff. Okay. Anyhow, while I'm waiting for the Minecraft launcher to show up again, come on. There we go. Okay, make sure to change to latest snapshot, then click play. I just launched my general installation I use for Coolcraft. That was evidently not correct. So... oh yeah, it's got to download the snapshot. All right, things are launching. Let's go back to my screen. All right, here we are. So I've also, and I guess I mentioned this. Oh, there's the snapshot coming. So I've also got the project here for the website open. Here, let's go. It's under my server-side mod test. This is just because that links to my computer. But here, showing you we're a fresh server. It's running. Woo, I just joined the game from a completely local IP address, which is about correct. Let's see what kind of spawn we got here. Yeah, server generating these chunks for the first time is slow. Let's just opt myself in case that becomes convenient. It might. I don't even know if this thing is actually able to kill everyone, but I'd imagine we could run commands. And who knows, this is probably going to be extended for additional functionality in the future. So that's the cool part. So I guess first things first. We need our index.html. New HTML file, index. All right. Title, MCMP API. That's what I'm calling this. Minecraft Management Protocol API. We're gonna make a new JavaScript file called API-interactor. That'll be fun. Okay, so and then we'll so script src equals API interact. What the heck? It showed it there. Oh, it wasn't tab, it was enter. That's a little bit confusing. All right, we'll leave it like that for now. So, right, trying to think of how I want to do this. So we're gonna have function connect to API. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to do a div here. It's not going to be connect. Div identifier connect. Or connect dash info. We're going to have that. And this is going to contain, input or class equals connect dash IP or type equals text and placeholder equals IP address is technically correct, but local host. It really wants to put an ID in there, so I guess I'll put an ID in there. And this really, for some reason, wants me to associate a label with the input. I'm not entirely sure what that does. And then we're gonna have another input type equals text, or I would say number. But I'm pretty sure that does a number slider, right? Here, actually, we will We will see quickly. Oh no, that does just, okay, cool. So number class equals connect dash port. How do you set the default content of a text box, or yeah, of an input box? Okay, we'll say placeholder equals what is it? 25585. I don't think that is the default value of it, to be clear. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. What else do we got? Min. Oh, that's a very apt min and max. Thank you. Step one. So have value equals 25585. Here, we'll actually make the placeholder port. So now if I look at this in the built-in web browser, yeah, okay, so that's his initial value. Actually, can I? There's an error. Is that an error? No, okay. Value equals, actually, yeah, that's a fine value for that. What? Why in the, oh, it added a line break, I think. Don't add a line break. There we go. Keep this on the same line. And then we're actually going to have, say, enter, that's strange. I don't know why that lagged so much. That's weird. MCM, so enter MCM API URL, and then we can use a line break. There we go. Okay. All right. So there's going to be that, and then we're going to have a, or what does it recommend? Does it recommend a button input? Yeah. Connect. This can be on another line as well. All right. So then there's the button to connect, which currently does nothing, but we'll call this on click equals connect to API, which we don't have a terminal here, so I will, hopefully this opens up my guest profile. Good, okay. Oh yeah, in case it's not obvious, I'm using a guest profile in Chrome here, making sure everything's nice and fresh. All right. So this is what it actually looks like in a browser right now, and I'm going to bring up DevTools, the network tab, shut up about what's new, I don't care, console, all that we need to do stuff. So first order of business is just going to be, I guess, print to this console all the events that come through the API stream. I don't think, well, at least what we read on Minecraft.net doesn't seem like there should be any authentication besides connect the WebSocket. So we're going to have, so let connected equal false. Lat. Oh no. Let. Okay. And then. Okay. And then let WebSocket there. And so if it's already connected, first of all, can I throw, how do I do an error? Throw an error of already connected to WebSocket. Okay, so if we're already connected, yeah. Then don't try it again, basically. So else, we're gonna say WebSocket equals new WebSocket for, oh, actually, we need to get the, so IP, so let IP equal document.query selector for dot connect IP. Good. Dot value, and then let port equal basically the same thing. Those should automatically be correct. So then ws :/ plus IP plus plus port. That should connect us very well. Now we need to actually set up all the handlers. So WebSocket.onOpen, we say connected equals true, and we console log connected. Then we WebSocket.onClose, connected equals false, console.log. Why would I want to say connected? Connection closed. Thank you. This isn't the smartest autocomplete, but it's not full fat AI either. So I guess we take what we can get on message, and then we just say console.log receive message from WebSocket message WebSocket plus e.data, because I'm pretty sure the actual content comes through as data or in e.data. So then on error, received error from WebSocket, and then I guess we don't disconnect because on disconnect runs in that situation. And yeah, in theory, that should be all we need to do. So yeah, I guess I just go from there. We do here. And then here, gonna make sure nothing happens in the Minecraft console. And then we click connect. Okay, connected. Oh, and there is an event in the Minecraft server console noting this. RPC connection number 1, management connected, open for, and then local address. That's good to know, good to know. Okay, now, do say chat messages get logged? No, they do not. Interesting. Well, or just general notifications. I guess, yeah, chat messages don't send for general notifications, I guess. What about, say, a disconnect event? That does receive it, because that was one of the things that got called out in the thing. And then if we join again, the notification does appear there. Okay, interesting, interesting. What do these look like? Probably exactly like they were. So yeah, receive message from WebSocket, and then it is this JSON. So ideally what we're going to want to do with this data is, I'm pretty safe to say that we can assume that any data we receive will be in valid JSON format. So what we're going to do is on message, we're going to say message equals json.park, and then we just say comma message there, and then reloading the page. You gotta reconnect. What I gotta do is gotta make this disappear once you connect. That way, you know. Okay, so it's connected once again. I will disconnect from the server here. Yeah, okay, and now we can actually interactively see what the JSON contains in the browser. Fun little browser tools here. So what is this saying? Okay, what kind of information do we got here? So we got JSON RPC that. Method is notification player left for this situation. What are the params? We get my UUID and name, and that is it. Okay, and similar, I'd expect that to be for player joined. Yeah, just the name and identifier. Okay. Okay, that's pretty simple. Anyhow, what's that thing that they said that we could do to just get like an entire method list? This. So let's work on being able to just send stuff. Well, actually, I guess step 1. Connect info. So on open, when it connects, we're going to say document.document This is not correct. Dot. I prefer the query selector. But we're just gonna get connect info out of this because I used the class for this. And instead of setting its value, we're gonna say dot hidden equals true. And then on close, we're gonna set that to false. So that will hide this entire div when we have made the connection. So then we're gonna need another div. Oh, it's ID, it's not a class, it's an ID. This needs to be hashtag. We're just gonna call this management dash area. Just put text that says manage, and basically the whole deal with this is we're gonna alternate which one is shown. So instead of connect, it's gonna be manage area, which is going to false. That's not going to be hidden there, but will be hidden when we disconnect. So then I go back here, just make sure that hidden is attached there. We can now come back here, and we don't see that other little bit there, but if we go into elements, it is certainly still here. We'll fill that with something now. So this is just going to be, this is just going to be something pretty basic. So we're going to say send payload, and then it's going to be input. Did I misspell payload? I apparently did. Input, let's see, type equals text, ID equals payload, sure. It wants a stupid goddamn label for some reason. I don't entirely know what the point of the label is. Represents a caption. That's completely beyond what we're doing, but I don't like warnings, so I guess. And then we don't want that yet. We then gonna want a button to send the payload, which, hey, that is a good idea for a function here. Function send payload. So the first thing we do is let string payload equal, no, that is not at all correct. Well, that's closer to correct. What did it put for the ID in this payload? Get ID, payload, value is correct. So then we're gonna try to say let payload JSON equal JSON.parse string payload. I latted again. I'm latting all over the place, guys. Lert. I'm lerting now. Okay. I don't know. Catch an error. Console.log the error. Why not? This is just in case something bad happens. And then, ironically, we're just gonna send off the raw payload. So we're gonna go WebSocket send JSON stringify the JSON payload. Basically that simple, but yeah. So now should be able to refresh this. Click connect. We have connected. Let me go find the Minecraft here. Okay. Connection number 3 has connected. And what was that thing? It said we can just send ID1. I don't know what entirely this ID is. It's definitely something with the JSON whatever API. I need to make this text box bigger. Anyhow, send. Okay. We immediately received a message. Nothing on the server console, which is kind of expected. Result. That's a lot. Okay. Components. Oh boy. This is a lot. Methods. There's a lot of these. Probably to do with game mode. So, how am I going to display all this? Actually, ideally what I should have is I should have all these options just automatically populate the section above this. Obviously, this box needs to be way wider. Where is that box? It's this. So, width, it's like 5em, 50em. Yeah, that works. Yeah, here. We just have to add this to the style for this. Style beep. So now there should permanently be that one. It ought to reload it. Reload on save. Yep, that is. All right, make it connect. Now it is this big thing. So we should have it send. Yeah, we should have it send that big chunk of data, or automatically get that chunk of data and try displaying it, I guess. It is still here in the console, actually. So let me see what. Well, first of all, we need to see what the response was. Oh. No, those are server saved notifications. Interesting. Well, here, let me oh, that's not right. Wait, where? Why am I not seeing this on clipboard history? Huh. Well, I will copy it from the Minecraft website again. Paste it in, send it. All right, so now we have. Okay, okay, so when we on message here, so we get the message. So then we say let. Oh, we just didn't pre-let that. Let mes. This message equals message dot result. Yeah, I know there's not really a schema described here. Is there? What the oh my god. Okay, the reload on save thing is becoming quite fucking annoying, actually. Okay. Actually, it's not guaranteed that that will. So here, if I cause an info here by running slash save all on the server. Yeah, that should bring up here. I know you can't see this. I should be doing this on screen. I don't know why I'm not. We get this shit here. So the problem is, this is not entirely consistent. Because for, here, let me copy object. And we will come over to a new file here. This is just going to be discover.json, and then saved.json here is going to be from the other one. Or just saving, I guess. Copy object. All right, so this is the entire extent of this object versus this one. I mean, okay, this one has 15,000 lines, so that's fun. But as a whole, oh, why can't I? Oh, I can't collapse these objects. So on the root level, this is entirely what this is. But this one is completely different. I don't know entirely how to dissect this, because this seems a bit inconsistent. I mean, there's the JSON RPC version, but that's not particularly handy. So we're going to have to define some logic for how this is. So, okay. Oh, wait, so let ID equal message.id. Yes. And then let message method equal that. Oh, SVG animated enumeration. No idea what that is. Anyhow, so the thing with discover is, can I just put in whatever number I want for that ID and get something back? So here's what we're going to try doing. This is reloaded again because I've been doing stuff in the project, which is a little bit annoying. So we click connect. We... What, is this on my clipboard now? Why the fuck is this not on my clipboard? Actually, what the hell? Okay. I don't think there's anything on my clipboard that I should be worried about, but I'm still a little bit paranoid on it. So anyhow, so obviously we send this, we get back an ID of 1. If I send it like -8976, will it accept that? It will. It will literally accept whatever I put in for ID. And if I just send that again, will it complain? No, it will not. So the ID that it echoes back to us, that's just for our use and convenience. How do I want to do this? So anyhow, I'll just choose, I guess for here, let me put this in a comment in the code. So yeah, I can just choose whatever I want for the ID. So we'll just choose a specific ID to use for each command type, I guess, to handle its response. That might be the best way of doing things. Okay, we'll have to create a bunch. This is a little bit more complex than I expected. So for now, we'll just put that in there. All right, so we get the message ID result and blah, 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 blah. So, and we'll do a function is known message ID. So we'll have that and put in message ID there. Message ID. Okay, so we'll have that. Well, first, before we check the method, we'll yeah, okay, so we'll say, so if not message ID null or undefined. Oh right, I mean, I guess there's an equal. If message ID is not equals to undefined and is known message ID. No. The thing is, it has an inline completion suggestion and then like a list suggestion. You press tab to accept what is currently being displayed on the line, or enter to what is in the list. Message ID, yes. So if it's a known message ID, then so if it is a known message ID, then process it by ID. Else, we have no other option by method. Okay. Okay, so at this point we have no other option. We need to process it by method. Let's do so. Okay, well, first of all, let's make a constant discover ID is equal to that, let's say. Just a random number that will probably not be a conflict or issue. Okay, so for now, if message ID equal to discover ID, then return true, else return false. This can be simplified, but we'll have other message IDs here in the future, so blah, 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 blah. So then it's that, and then, because the thing is, I'm not entirely sure. How are we going to process this? I mean, okay, OpenRPC, that's clearly what Minecraft is using. Info, title, Minecraft server JSON RPC, version 1.0.0. Methods, and then this has a long list of methods. You got the name, the description. Let's build a table out of this shit. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Function handle any method description. CRIP. So I'm going to say we're just going to send this event automatically off once we connect, so we can just get this list. Okay, so function. Okay, so on open here, we're going to say web socket.send, and then json.stringify this. So we're gonna have ID colon space discover what data now what discover ID comma method colon rpc.discover. So that should automatically send that off. It'll automatically get handled here. So then description JSON. That is not how you description. Okay, so what is it called? It is result. So result is where what we're going to pass into this. So then if message ID equals to discover ID, then we handle method description for message result. I don't know why I'd want to send something else in there. And we return. What? Shut up. Fine. It's unnecessary there. You know, I'm just going to keep that. Whatever. So, okay. So we know this is probably going to be the correct thing. So then we're going to say let equal description JSON dot methods? Yeah, that is absolutely. Why is it complaining? Well, yeah, because whatever. Yeah, no shit, it's going to be. This is JavaScript. Of course things are going to be kind of very undefined because you don't know what's getting passed around ever. I'm out of fluids. Fun. Okay, so we got that. And we're going to need to for loop this. So, for let wait, what was that? For method name in methods. For let method in methods. Enhanced for loop in JavaScript. Never done this before because yeah, it's like this. You get this whole fuck off object here. I don't know what this $ref is. Component schema player. I don't know. This shit's real complicated. We're gonna try packaging this into a table. So manager area. So we're gonna say commands break, and then table IDs commands table, and then each row is going to be automatically inserted into this. So we're going to say let commands table document. Yep, I think that should be about right. All right, so we get the HTML collection of elements. That is fine. So then for each of these, we're going to need to let table row equal document create element tr, and then commands table.append element table row. So what are we going to need? Because these are all probably basically the same. And we can do extra shit with this later. Like some of these have a required parameter, but for now I say let's do 2 columns, name and description, because this stuff is complex. So let name cell equal document create and then wait, wouldn't method be the whole JSON object? It thinks it's a string. I'm pretty sure method is, so table row.append child name cell, all that stuff's gonna happen. Or so hold up, create the table row and cell elements elements. Populate the elements, add all the elements to the, I think that's what it's called, the DOM data object model, I don't know. Anyhow, so populates, so name cell.inner HTML, this is method dot, because I just don't know what it is, but yeah, dot name, so that should give us, here, so yeah, so that should give us one thing. So let, and note the other one, description. Description cell equal documents create elements td, and description cell equals method dot description. Perfect. And then table row append child description cell. Actually, here, let me name we put the title thing on the table there. All right, so this should theoretically work now. So we come back over here, this should have reloaded. We click connect. Right, tables kind of suck by default. Oh, wait, no, it received it. Why didn't it? I need to log a bunch of shit, don't I? Because I don't know what I'm doing. But clearly, I forgot. By default, for some reason, HTML tables don't have any sort of decoration. So we do the command table, we say border dash width. Oh, I forget how to do this. Gosh, get off my screen. Border style, or border block style, not border block style. Border. Can I just get to the regular border style? Border style. There it is. Here we go. So I think it's like hidden by default. Let's go groove, and then let's not do thick. Let's do thin. Thin works for me. All right. Let's. Oh wait, no, gotta copy the whole thing. So let's put that in the dis. That's going to cause this to reload, which means I got to reconnect. At least it's a little bit more obvious. So for now, this is just going to be styled groove. So for now, this is just going to be all table data elements. We might change how this is in the future, but for now, that's that. So now we go and see why the hell is nothing else being generated here. We're not getting any errors, which is interesting. So console.log generating table, school.log generating method colon plus, maybe it is an integer, but we'll see what happens here. So we click connect. It did not even call the function. Oh, did I never actually call the function? No, I did. Log. That's not even correct. Description. Let's see. Connect. Yeah, it's not even handling that. So we're gonna say message result plus ID plus method. Now that results section may actually be very long, so we're actually going to remove the message result to the very end, because theoretically that is going to be the longest one. Hello? The method can come first, I'll say. All right. Undefined, a negative the correct number, and object, which is fine, I guess. Let's see about this. What if we have it print there? Okay, so why is it thinking that it's undefined? So if it's not equal to undefined and this, oh, I see what I mean. So I wanted to say message ID there, not message method. God damn. So that it was all working properly. Love when that sort of thing happens. The whatever the autofilling function there was didn't like me. Okay, it is actually giving me integers. Okay. Commands table to append child is not a function. That is a little bit confusing. Okay, well, first of all, we now know that method is in fact a function, so it's kind of dumb how it did that. Okay. It is kind of dumb, but alright. So methods of method.name. It was suggesting the right thing. You never know how this stuff works, especially because I'm not, the best with JavaScript. Commands table.append child. What? Class name. Did I put a class name on the table? Table. No, it's ID. Get element by ID. You're the one who goddamn decided to use the ID. Why do you suddenly switch? Anyhow. Okay. Table. Holy long table. Not that I, didn't expect this, but okay, we don't need it to print that it was generating stuff. I just wasn't sure if it was. In fact, technically, if you send this message out, it'll then regenerate the table every time. Potentially something we should consider doing is just making the row, thinner lines in between these, and then just coloring the rows. But I cannot be bothered to do that right now. For now, this is okay. I can figure out better things. So here's our commands. The name and description are here. We'll probably add other things based off of what we want. But let's see, server settings status report. That's whether the server responds to connection status requests. That's a thing? Okay. But here, I don't know what else this thing takes. So this is where we need to dive a tad bit deeper into the set of information that each command provides, because they provide parameters and also how the result is formatted. So although this schema stuff, I don't know, that's a little bit complex, but yeah, I guess a lot of this stuff uses the schema stuff, and I'm not too familiar with how that exactly works. Okay, so we get name colon type, I think, is what we do for parameters. I mean, most of them are arrays. Remove is an array. I'm gonna get bans add. That's to ban someone. Most of these are just arrays of the, I don't know. What is this hashtag / component / schema / IP _ ban? I'm not entirely sure what that's referring to, but it's some sort of array of something. Are these all just going to be type array? If they're all type array, well, that doesn't really help me in any way. Because they have this schema and these items. Ooh, ref. But what exactly is this referencing? Well, actually, it's probably referencing something else in this. So if I collapse methods. Oh, here's all the fucking schemas. So I guess that makes sense, actually. This is very complex stuff, actually. So incoming IP ban. Reason expires. Okay. Okay, so how about this? Before we go any further with dissecting these and figuring out what we need to put in that table, I'm going to go quickly to the bathroom and have a little bit of a think. Oh, god dang green screen. Okay. Okay, gotta stand up. Alright, there we go. So, I did not necessarily come up with anything, but these schemas, I guess, are going to have to be useful. I'll just consider each of these schemas to be their own kind of object, I guess, that maybe we'll have to implement in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do a whole thing of this. This is not going to be a particularly polished product. This is more of a proof of concept than anything. But yeah, so schemas. Components, schemas, player. So if we go here, okay, those slashes can be used as dot. It can be exchanged for effectively dots and used to get into here. So we find. Although I think it would be hard pressed to find a type that isn't an array. So player, and then we just have, okay, type object. Is there any type objects? That's what we have to look for. And then the way that these work is they have their properties. So name and ID, which are type strings. We can have integers, booleans, or references to other embedded schemas. Whoa! But yeah, if you were to build like a complete system for this, I'd say you'd probably want to come in and make some sort of structure for each of these different schemas that can then be used more directly. But for us, so hold up. So here's type colon so that's in, so array, we have like 40 different arrays. Let's see if type object, where's this first one? The first one is, okay, so literally each of these literally all of these methods just take an array of something. So that's at least a little bit, comforting. Okay, so for all these, I'd say we're going to have a list of parameters, and each of the parameters is going to be described as, what is this? We are in methods. Okay. So yeah, each of these parameters is going to be in the form of, wait, hang on. Fuck. Okay. So we have string, integer, and boolean are, I think, the three or string, integer, boolean, object. Those are the four. So hang on here. Let's see. So data types. So we have string. We'll mark that with a capital S. Integer I. Boolean B. Array, which is going to be, the brackets, and then obj object, which is just going to be, the name of whatever schema. Okay, so that's how we're going to notate all these things. So yeah, so let's add another column, I guess, here. So we're going to description param meters. parameters. Okay, so what we're gonna then need to do is we're gonna need to say let param cell equal that. We're gonna append param cell. We're gonna, and then, okay, this is the first one that population of is going to actually take a hot second. So first of all, we're gonna say let equal method parameters. That I don't feel is right, is it? Params. Yes, it is. I was not. I was correct. It's not params. Params. And then this is going to actually require, and then let params string equal an empty string. And then param cell, param cell dot inner HTML equals parameters. Oh, parameter equals the string. Then we're gonna go looping through each of the elements and parameters, doing stuff with it. Or actually, I might need to do something a little bit differently here. So basically, for each one, we're gonna take the name, put a colon, and then we're gonna do something based off the type. If the type is one of our string, int, or boolean, we're just going to do that. We're just going to colon that. But if it's of type object or array, we got to do something a little different. So I don't know. So that's in the schema section. I don't know if any of these would have an array. Oh, and there's required. Some of them have them as required or not. Required is going to be a little different. What we could probably do for required is we could put them in a span that is colored dark red or something like that. That might be a good idea. So yeah, the schema is just like a message, a system message. What is a system message? I don't know. How do you, wait, is that like sending a system message? Interesting. Server stop. Oh, these are like received methods as well. Some of these are sent and some of these are received. Interesting. Oh yeah, I guess some of these are the result. And then some of these are the parameters. So we have required server status, which takes none. Operators, which takes the operator schema and is of type array. So type is not necessary here. So actually a type array only exists outside of schema. Schema always has items in it by the looks of things. No. This is fucking inconsistent. Oh god, I fucking hate this. Why is this so inconsistent? Sometimes the schema will just have a single element with a type that is pretty expected. But other times, let's see, find one. Here, it'll have something internally called items, which is then something completely different. And that has a completely, oh no, actually, no, it does have that type. Right, yeah, schema to type. So if it's an array, then it has items. Okay. I don't think there's, are there ever more than one parameter? Well, I guess there could be. So, anyhow, I guess there could be. So this is why we need to do a parameters that for each. Is this a map by chance? Performs the specified action for each element of the iterator. A function. Wait, what? Params callback event. A function that accepts up to 2 arguments for each calls the callback function once for each element in the iterator. Okay, it's probably fine. Okay, so for each one of these we have. So that is one of these. We first of all get the, so let param name equal param.name. Yeah, the ID has no idea what I'm doing here. Then let param schema equal, that should be about right. Then let equal schema dot type. And this is where things need to go a little bit in a weird direction. Because yeah, I guess within each one of these, there's only ever going to be one item type, which is fine. So yeah, if it's just a, so either if it's an array, it's going to be like this. If it's, otherwise it's going to have, you know, where is it? Yeah, otherwise it's just going to be like a Boolean. So if param type equal to, you know, result, blah, blah, blah. Okay, array, we do so if that equals array, then we have something weird we gotta do. So we gotta find, so if it's array, we gotta go item $ref and then get whatever's on the name, whatever's on the end of this, basically. So if it's an array, we do one thing, otherwise, So really this param string is gonna be a little weird. Do we have a .join? Actually, yeah, no, there is an array.join. So actually, so param string is actually an array. So first of all, we do param string .push, and then it's going to be param name colon plus param param type what string is not assignable to parameter type number? Where the fuck are you getting a number from? That's an any. That's an any. What? Oh, at push, which should just add something, right? Push method of array instances adds the specified element to the end of an array and returns the new length of the array. Okay, good. But actually, required equal, because the thing is, required is only ever present if it's necessary. So this is outside the schema. Param, yeah, dot required equal to true, basically, because if it's undefined, we don't care. about it. Yeah, so this is writing the param thing. So if it's required, we're going to have to do it slightly differently because we want a span that colors it red, I believe. Right? Boop. Go back here. I wonder what this is going to look like right now. Ooh. Oh, some of these that were fine actually do have their types. Ooh, undefined. Ooh, okay. Maybe we do actually have some shit that needs to be figured out here. Outside of that though, so let's inspect this. Actually, if I like say put this in a span color equals red. Of course, that doesn't actually want to do that as actually, color equals red. Nah, I don't remember how you do this. Actually, it's something here. Here, simple way to do it. We have a span somewhere around here. Do we? Thought I had a span somewhere. Well, fun. Span. And then we'll say dot red, color red. Wait, I didn't actually put anything in the span, did I? No, I did. I put test. Oh, wait, that's down there, not here. Whoa. I thought I cut this. Whew, I'm losing it. Okay, there we go. No, that did not work. Second monitor. Damn it. I think there are fireworks going off. I hear fireworks. Oh. Color red. There we go, that works. Okay, yeah. So red will indicate that they are required. So yeah, we'll just add a, so basically, if required, else we just do this. So glad this thing recognizes inline HTML inside of strings. That is a very useful feature of this IDE. All right, so that'll mark anything. Actually, here we can actually test that already. Yeah, basically anytime it's a thing like this, it is required. Enforce Boolean difficulty string. All right, now we need this array shit done, which means that we have to parse this. So items $ref. So let ref raw equal param schema dot items dot that doesn't seem valid. That might be valid. I'm actually not too sure. How does JavaScript, when you're directly interacting with JSON like this, handle like special characters? Anyhow, that should just give me this, and then I need to, I guess, split out a slash and find the last thing. So ref parts equals split at slash, and then let object name equal, yep, the last part of that. It kind of understood what I wanted to do. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do params schema. So param string dot push param name plus a colon plus object name. But actually this will always be an array, so we're gonna need to surround that. Actually, no, not that. The name itself isn't what we need to surround the object. Oh yeah, I just realized. Wait, this stuff. We're just raw setting it. So this should be dot join with a comma. All right. Let's see. What does this look like now? Bam. A lot of shit got an error, but those that didn't look like they correctly did kind of put the type in brackets. What is this? I have some. Oh yeah, empty just means there's nothing there. Cannot read props. Oh. If param string dot length is greater than 0, then join them together. Is that what the problem was? No. What? Why is? Huh? Why is it getting that? Now I'm confused. API iterator. Oh, it's raw ref that's getting us an issue. Well, I mean, I guess. So I guess we don't need that then. Raw ref. Wait, what? If ref raw is undefined, then I guess we just no idea. We'll get back to that because I got to make the required shit theoretically work with this. All right. Oop, I accidentally took away the console. Oop. All right. There we go. Okay, so it was this one. This one's what's killing us. Oh yeah, a lot of these I guess just have no. I mean, these guys need to be fixed, but a lot of these just don't have anything apart from this one, which I don't even know idea. So Minecraft IP bands / remove. Is that just like an array of integers or something? So Control F, Minecraft IP underscore BANS / remove. That's an array of strings. Okay, so what we're gonna do object names definition here. Oh. And we're gonna take that and put that outside of here. So you don't, yeah, ref part is only. So if that's that, then object name is going to be equal to params items type. Because it's the one goddamn thing that, yeah, the IP is the one thing that uses a regular ass data type in an array format. All right, let's then do the required thing, because and yeah, so this is just going to have the span, making it red. All right, so I don't actually know if any of these did have, oh, basically they're all required. If it has parameters, it's required. So that's fun. And also all these only have one necessary parameter that it would otherwise, you know, be an array, I guess. But now for these undefined ones. So what is this? Like Minecraft notifications player joined. notification player/joined. That has a $ref in it, which is quite annoying. So I guess I gotta do a similar thing down here. I can't just give the param type. So if they're, wait, so these just don't have a parameter type. Yeah, they just straight up don't have a type. So if param type undefined, so yeah, we'll keep the param type in there. Then we gotta do how does this? Just schema $ref. So we do the ref raw. Ooh, does sound like big fireworks. And instead of object name, we'll just do param type because that sounds about right. All right, let's check this out now. All right, these are all player:player. Yeah, ooh, real. So yeah, go parameter. Actually, we'll add another line. Player name:type. So we'll make sure to add that on here of name:type. So nowadays we do that. Okay, parameters and then name:type is how they're specified. So you'll use this and then you'll provide whatever the type is for, say, string, I guess. So send payload, we're gonna say, wait, how are these formatted? I'm suddenly blanking. We go back up here. ID gives us an ID to work with. So ID:2. You can't see this, which is fun. Method : and then this is where we'll do stuff. Okay, so let's do get whether the server responds to connection. Let's just do this one to start with, because this one doesn't require any parameters. Actually, I don't know how the server is going to respond, or how the web page is going to respond to this, but let's see. Okay, obviously just prints it here. So actually, for any other thing, I guess we just take results and print that. But it did reply with something in the result section, which I guess is good. Because like there's no general server notification. So here, let me run a. Gosh, there's a fuck ton of. The server log is just spamming me connecting and disconnecting. So as I save all these notifications, because these don't have a result for some reason. Wait, does this have result? Yeah, that has result. For some reason, these just don't have result. They do have a method though. So I think ideally what I'd want to do for this is I'd want to have on this website, whenever one of these notifications comes up, it just like pops up something in the corner like, hey, server saved, and then they'll disappear after a little while. or you can X them out. That'd be ideal, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that, so I won't bother. So right, is known message ID. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. So else if message ID not equal to undefined, and we just do that. Oh, we didn't close it. Okay. Well, there we go. So for now, we're just going to go console.log receive message from WebSocket, comma, message result. All right. I am hearing some big old fireworks going off. Okay, so if we ID colon, let's see, 8, comma, method is going to be just get the server's default game mode, which should be creative. And send. And actually, I should actually definitely make the response display below. Oh, 8. So, oh, that's just the ID. Wait, why did it should be result creative? Did I think I may have just done the, yeah, message result. I should also make another, like, more, like, or another system here, which is you just enter the name of a method, it'll pick an ID on its own, and then it'll just method, one box for method name, another box for just all the parameters, and it'll package all that shit up nice and easy, and it'll do stuff. Anyhow, let's see. We can manually cause the server to save if we include the parameter flush. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, just straight up managing operators is a thing. Let's see, where's the player list? Slash player. These are, I think these are mostly things from the server's end. Allow list. We can get the allow list, actually. Let's do that. Because I'm pretty sure this is the whitelist. ID colon 4, we'll just say that, comma, Minecraft allow list. Click send there. It responds with an empty array because that makes sense. So now I'm going to say go to the game itself, which is here, and slash whitelist add myself. I'm thinking the allow list is the whitelist. I'm not entirely sure though. Oh, yeah, okay. The whitelist is simply the whitelist, which is stupid. Just call it the whitelist. That's what it's called in game. Why confuse people? But yeah. So yeah, we can query a lot of the various server settings that are possible. Okay, hang on. It's getting hot for me. I need to open the window and turn on the fan a bit. So please bear with me while I do so. Also, word of warning, it's going to be a bit of noise from the fan. that's kind of to be expected from a fan. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing either, guys. I honestly do not know. Alright, I'm kind of going around the thing for a Boolean. A lot of these server property settings are very settable here. Oh, server just saved. Look at that. Let's see. Okay, let's force the server to save before I add like the response stuff. So the method will be save. And actually, I think one of these had yeah, params. And then yeah, we could see this one should just be a Boolean for flush. So hold on. So params colon, and this should be a JSON object here, I think. Yeah, JSON object name flush colon false send. Oh, it just straight up received no response. Well, no, it didn't. It received an error, invalid params, expected parameters array with exactly one element. Oh, wait, does it not? Oh. So it wants an object. Got to shut up, taskbar. Kind of annoying this is at the bottom. Well, actually, it wants an array that contains an object. So let's try this. Send. Same thing. Invalid params. Data. Not a Boolean. Okay, so does it just want the goddamn Boolean? Oh, this didn't. Oh, it didn't want the object. So it just wants the array? Oh. Okay, that did it. Okay, it responded with true. Okay. Interesting. So when it wants just like a Boolean, it just wants an array that just contains a Boolean by the looks of things. Interesting. Ooh. What will game rules return? Wonder if I have params in here with a false, will it complain? That was a browser side error. Whoa. What's with that really weird code there? Expected no parameters or an empty array. Okay. Oh, we can just send an empty array. Thanks, Mojang. That makes it. Oh god, there's a bunch of different things. But yeah, this is the state of every single game rule, I guess. Cool. And you can set specific game rules. Game rules / update game rule value. Untyped game rule. What the fuck does that mean? Hang on. I mean, obviously we got this schema information, which honestly I don't know how I'm going to express that on the website. So we minimize methods. Schema. Untyped game rules. Literally the first one. Which takes... Wait. Value string key string. What? That is not very oh. Okay, the annoying part about this with parsing these is that we don't know, or we would need to get the keys All these should just be type object. It would be weird if these weren't type object, quite frankly. So yeah, we would need... And some of these are fucking recursive. So that'd be very annoying to get these. Okay, anyhow, let's work on doing some other things first. So send payload data, okay, and then we're gonna have a div, and this is ID equals res response area, which is not going to need to be hidden because it's within the other div there, and then res, and then a text area. Fortunately, no. This is just going to be a span ID response. So we're then gonna, I guess, in here, so it's gonna log that, or it's going to do and document the query selector lump dot inner HTML is going to be equal to message result dot, or should it be JSON dot stringify whatever the result is. So that's just going to replace whatever's down there with a new result, which is all going to be whatever weird formatted JSON it gets. But that's fine, I guess. All right, let's take a look at that. I just cannot think of what I need to do. Okay. Make a connection. The next thing I'm going to have is I'm going to have a more formatted thing where it's going to have just method and parameters, and we'll figure that out. Automatic ID system, which is just going to iterate numbers. And actually that way we'll be able to just like save a list, I guess, of all the things that you've done for what the response is. ID 9, comma, method, colon. Let's see, what do we want? What do we want? Server settings, get whether server response to connection status requests. I'm expecting this to just return true, but yeah, true. So, yeah, that wasn't very eventful. The heck is this for? Entity broadcast range is a percentage? I don't know what that like tab it's putting at the end of. That's kind of strange. 100%. No idea. Accept transfers. I want something more interesting. Force game mode. A lot of these are just server properties. Yeah, hang on. Let's scroll up a little bit. What is server status gonna give us? Okay, big ol' JSON object. Started true players. Okay, there's a way we can get the players. In version with protocol. I have no idea what that protocol means. Oh, there's also just straight up players. Fun. Okay. So now I'm gonna. Okay, so now we'll quickly make another thing. Send manual JSON payload. There's that. A line break, but that's manual, and this is auto or send auto payload. And then input input type equals text, ID equals payload method. So method colon and then PRAME parameters with input type equals text, ID equals really payload underscore params, and then we associate with new blah blah blah. Why did that just put it on a new line? I don't like that. I'd prefer to scroll over, and then we're gonna have a function here to function send auto payload. That is not quite right. We need this one. String method equals that. String PAI parameters, payload parameters. All right, so then let payload JSON, and no, that's not actually what we're gonna define the whole thing right here. So method equals string method. Parameters are gonna be turn that into an array. It's gonna be weird, but whatever. And then so let used ID equal say 1 or 0. So then we have, as the final thing, we're going to have ID colon used IDs plus plus. Oh, we need a comma there. And then that should be that. And then we WebSocket.send the payload JSON. Fun. All right, and then that gets received up here. And for now, because you know whatever, it's a known the known IDs, whatever, it will blah 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 blah. Okay. So now instead of just going into response here and setting the inner HTML, we're going to instead, this is tactical here, is we're going to say plus equals, so the message ID plus that plus, and then a couple line breaks at the end. All right, so then this will just keep a straight up log of each of the times we get a response to one of our things. So now, come over here, it resets as we expect. We get all of this, and we have our new thing here. We didn't do the send button, let's do the send button. I meant to, but then I was like, oh, there's nothing for it, okay. Button. Send. So button. On click equals send auto payload. So now we connect, and we can do things a little bit simpler. So we'll say, which one of these can we just get something for? Let's choose a random one. Enforce allow list. That should just return us true. We click send. We get an error because of the null readings of value. What? So we look at this. What did I do wrong? Because that shouldn't have generate properties of null value. Did it just not be intelligent there? Yeah, it's params, not parameters. Woo! Okay. The method should still be on my... Nope, it's not. Okay. Yeah, let's get, I don't know, spawn protection radius. That's an interesting one. No parameters, send that. It responds with 16. We need to put some spaces in there. This is kind of ballooned to be a large JSON file, but interesting seeing what kind of capabilities this can have. Yeah. Oh, I just had an interesting idea for how we can slightly improve this even more. Where is it? Where's the response though? Ah, here we go. Putting 2 spaces there, that'll help. Or, yeah, we don't have whatever the method used was. So it's okay, since we didn't have, or since we don't have whatever the method used was, we can't necessarily see what the actual, here. Let's get this going in. Since we don't have like the method, we can't say response to this, but we can see get all connected players, so miencraft/players. But here's my idea actually. I'm gonna go implement this in a moment. And then you just do that. I could save a list of, actually I could internally save a list of this ID maps to using this method. That actually would be pretty cool. But what I actually want to do right now is I want to make each of these a button that will end up just setting the value of this, basically. So you can click this and it'll pre-fill this. You'll still have to do the parameters manually, but like, that is not such a big deal. All right, I have a real good feeling that this will not be too hard. Anyhow, so that would be here where we set the parameters parsing. So instead of just setting the name to parameter.name, wait, that's wrong. Here is PR parsing. Yeah, I guess we should have like a separate table next to this. That realistically, what we should do is we should have 2 tables. One that's this, and one that like shows all the schemas. But I can't be bothered to parse the schemas right now, as you could probably tell. So right here for the cell name, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. Button. Oh, it automatically knew what I was going to put there. Good. So basically just place the name of the method into this button. We're going to need a function pre-fill method field. We take the method name, and that's going to do something. So what this is going to do then is, so we're going to have a button. On click is going to be prefill method name. And then the exact same thing that gets put on the button is going to be put in the thing. Okay, then this is going to, and I never gave. Wait, no, never mind. I was going to say I never gave it a thing, but obviously I did. So document get element by ID, that dot value is going to equal to method name. So prefilling. All right. So now come over here, click connect. Now you can see these are all buttons, some of which, all right, they're larger because of this. And say if I wanted to say, wait, I'm actually a little bit confused. This server stopping here, is this possible to act here? Let's run this, and no. Missing, oh, I think I know what's wrong. It's in the actual code here. So we need to make sure that it's actually treated as a string in the code there. Because it does, I guess, kind of pattern that in there as HTML. Okay, let's say get the band list. Did that prefill? That did prefill that. Shouldn't be any parameters for that. So response, we get an empty array. Perfect. All right, so like this one for server. Started, stopping. So stopping. What does this do? This just printed the whole. Okay, that's actually fine that it prints the whole thing. So method not found. Okay. So I think anything that begins with notification : is not something that we can actually literally have here. Or that I don't think we can actually make or use any of these as methods. For some reason, these are server to client methods, not the other way around. Okay. So operator added whatevers. Interesting. Oh, hey, I'm not on streamer mode, apparently. Here, let me turn on streamer mode, and then I guess I'll bring Jaredy Cool onto the stream here. That is not the streamer mode. Streamer mode. Streamer mode. All right, here we go. Dismiss that. And oh wait, I should put headphones on. Okay, hang on. Ooh, enjoy my face while I put headphones on because I don't want to do the accidental doxing that can happen from Windows settings. You know how it is. They display your full name or whatever on the home page of settings because logic or something. I just do not understand it. Put my headphones on, turn off the speakers so that we don't get echo. And yeah, do that. Hello, Jaredy, you are on the air.
Ah, how was your burger today?
It was burgery. Anyhow, so actually, I don't know how much you know about this, but do you know about the things that Mojang added in this week's snapshot by chance?
Nope.
So they added a new thing, kind of API, that lets you interact with the server in certain ways. And I'm messing around with that right now. Yes.
You on Coolcraft?
No, because this is in a snapshot.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, I gotta.
Okay.
And
Tyler, I see you're watching the stream there from that deleted message or message retraction that you got there. If you want to join the call, you can. Just saying, it's not necessarily like restricted. Yeah, so it looks like all these notification ones don't actually let me use them for. I mean, I think that's kind of an obvious reason. Notification service
Come
status.
enjoy us.
That's what the
DIY
heartbeat
content.
is. So the service status, that's the heartbeat. That actually wants me else. It'll probably just say, "Oh, you can't do that. Method not found." Yeah. Message not found. Service status, whatever. Okay. So basically, what?
It's good thing it's only in a snapshot because I can see this.
Well, okay.
If they don't flush it out before they implement it fully, being a security nightmare for servers.
Well, yes, but I mean, it does allow you to opt players through this, which is interesting, and manage the whitelist. That's fun. For some reason, it's called allow list, though. Anyhow, but by default, this is disabled, and also by default, it only listens on the localhost network interface. So it is by default relatively on the secure side. Can you imagine they thought of that? Oh
yes, it is. Oh, so it only does it on the device itself is localhost. Okay.
Yes.
It specifically targets the localhost.
Yeah.
Network adapter.
Operator user permission level. What is this one? Just responds 4. Oh, that's probably what the default op is. So when you opt something, does opping a player through this? Because I know, or I'm pretty sure. Oh, you can set the message of the day through this. That's interesting. You can get it. What is? Actually, I think I know what it is.
So, does this mean you can do stuff like send commands from an external program into it?
Interestingly, I don't think I'm seeing any actual in-game commands here. Like here, let me Control F this list.
So is this something you can? Are you doing this on the command line?
You can take a look at my stream to see what's going on right now. So yeah, there's no option to just send actual game commands through this API. At least now. Maybe they'll add this in the future. I mean, to be fair, it's not entirely necessary for them to do that because the remote console API interface thing is a thing already. And that does allow you to send game commands remotely.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, there is a stop server one. Okay. Okay. Deop all players. Get all opt players. Set all opt players.
Hey, only a little bit behind you. Wow.
Set. Oh, okay. Apparently, there's just you can set the entire list of operators on your server, as well as just add them. That's not confusing at all. Okay, well, this just gives the whole thing for opt. Oh. Oh yeah, it's just wrapping there. Okay. Anyhow, so you might want to change accounts there. Anyhow.
Oh, so this is a web server thing?
Not entire. I mean, kind of it is, but it's not directly with HTTP.
Oh.
It's not like it uses web sockets, which are a little bit more complex, but it's a socket, so it's a continuous connection. And they send. Yeah. So like, for instance, I have just anytime a message is received from the socket being printed in the server console or the web console over here. So if I take the game here, and actually here I just leave the game, you'll notice that a new option comes in, stream delay, whatever. You'll notice a new option came in here that said that I left the game. Now, and same thing happens when I join the game. Now, chat messages more generally aren't logged in this system, but I think actually I don't know. I don't know if commands are set block, blah blah blah, glass are operator commands. No, operator commands are not. But changing game rules is. So if I said, I believe so, game rule keep inventory true, that gets logged. or that
Okay.
comes through here. Well, try to see. So you can set a lot. You can change a lot of things that are like in server.properties here, which is interesting. Server saving stuff happens there. You could just do things like straight up clear the ban list, clear the op list, clear the
Somebody
white
else
list.
watching.
Cool. Anyhow, you can query. You basically being able to query basically most of these server properties, and set most of them as well. The actual game interactions ones is probably the most interesting part of this stuff. Oh yeah, like you can change the server render distance. I actually have no idea if this stuff will automatically apply, or if you have to restart the server in order for it to apply. Actually, here, I'm gonna fly up real high here, and then I'm just gonna change the server render distance and see if I can suddenly start seeing farther, or if that is a server restart required type deal. So let's find that one for server cell simulation distance. Heartbeat, accept transfers, simulation distance, view distance, that's the render distance. So set just needs an integer, cool. I think, well actually here, let me get, frick, I need to find it again. Pause 1 empty seconds, I went too far. Okay, let's get it currently. So it's currently set to 10. I think that's the problem. So view distance / set. And then we'll say set it to 20. That's actually kind of far. Oh, cool. The sound's coming up in Microsoft. So if I send that undefined. Oh. Yeah. Error. I should probably check for errors and put errors in there. Message invalid. Expected parameters array with exactly one element. Did it not? Did it not have exactly one element? Okay, now I'm confused. Here, first of all, let me make sure that these errors, error dot message and then dot data need to be in there. Okay, so so not in the right segment here. So okay, message result. So if message result is triple equals to undefined, then we will have to get the error, right? So we're gonna have to, I left this on the main stream here. So yeah, we then just get dot error dot message colon data. Okay, so so it's mer equal message dot error, and then let error message equal mer dot message. No, that's not that how I view it. It's like this. Yeah, dot message, and then data would be dot data. So, and then let equal mer dot data. Okay, so then we do this. We do this plus make it red plus error message plus colon space plus error data. All right, and then the end of that span is along with, don't want capital, along with 2 line breaks. All right, so now we go back to here, and it's going to reset. We reconnect. We say, what is one of these things that requires anything? Right, so let's just go set the set the view distance and don't set anything. Okay, invalid parameters, expected parameters array with exactly 1 element. So here's the other thing. If I add an element, it gives me the same response, which means I don't know what's actually being sent here. So send auto payload. Okay, so console.log stringify payload JSON, because I want to see what in the heck is it that I am actually sending. This is a required parameter, so well, actually no, that's not what I want to do. I want to do the where is it? Distance, this one. If I say 20, click send. Oh, here it is. So view distance set parameters. Oh, it's setting it with the. I don't know if that actually matters. It might though. So that one I might need to do a conversion on. But hey, right here, something else I can try is if we encase that in another array. Yeah, okay, expected. Ow, what the fuck? But yeah, the fact that it sends that as a string, I don't like that very much, and I kind of understand why it does that. But I kind of want to just raw set the content. JSON. Okay, that's kind of annoying coming through there. Can I even do this then? Yeah, I make it an array out of whatever. Actually, if I put like 20 comma 21 or 20 comma 21, does it? Yeah, no, it just treats that as a single string. Ah. Oh, Minecraft's doing thunder now. Slash weather rain. Huh. So yeah, it just makes it. Yeah, it just treats the whole thing as a string instead of more JSON data. Here, JSON parse string parameters. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's try that. Where is distance and send it? Yeah, it sent it as no, actually it did send that one correctly. It sent that as an array of just the number 20. I'm not entirely sure what it's. Oh, okay. Non-white space after. Okay. If I made this an array, would it send that? Yeah, it sent that as an array inside of an array. Interesting. What about this? Would that work? I'm not entirely sure why this isn't working for having exactly one parameter. Because it just wants an integer, right? Hang on. Let me do it manually. ID colon 1, because we're just going to reuse that one.
How about this fall weather?
I don't know. It's been pretty nice around here.
I was at the Great Escape yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we went into the water park.
Why?
I don't know. The rest of the group wanted to do it.
You went with a group of more than one person?
Yeah. I won't while on stream, but I did the Wahoo Racers like 4 times, and then went down Tornado once, and then I'm like, I'm done. Though we did do plunge later on, so.
Okay.
Oh, and someone we know is up in the chute.
Cool. Okay.
I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah. I'm so confused. Why is this one giving me an? Oop, that's not right. Why is this thing giving me an error on these parameters? Does it just want? I swear we did it like this earlier. No. Here. View distance. Control F. View. View dist. No. Control F. I don't know what I did. View underscore distance. Set. It has a type of integer and it's required. Set the server's view distance in chunks. Why is this complaining?
Because screw you. That's why.
Maybe I will.
Because F you, Jimmy Williams.
Maybe I will do it like that? No. Expected params array with exactly one element. But I'm sending an array with a... Okay, I'm starting to wonder if this one might actually just be bugged. Here, let me see about the simulation distance set one. Let's see if that one changes properly. Where is it? Distance integer. It's like this here, it's an array. It's parameters, it's an array. Oh wait, did I spell it wrong? I just realized what I'm doing. At least for this, it's params. Did I? Oh gosh, I spelled it wrong in multiple places. Okay, that's why. Okay, it's not that it necessarily wasn't working. I'm doing it wrong. Okay. Well, okay, doing this was still probably necessary. Okay, let's try the render distance thing again. View distance set, send in 20, click send. Oh shit. Well, okay, I don't know why it didn't.
Oh shit.
Okay, it actually did reload. My chunks actually did reload, and the render distance is legitimately farther now. So I don't know when maybe this is new. On the fly render distance changes for the server. That's pretty cool. So now if I were to change it to be 2 chunks, here, just gonna.
Does this mean you can get it so the server, if it's starting to get heavily loaded, can reduce the render distance?
See, that, I mean, technically yes, but that's not the reason why I've never really increased the render distance in Coolcraft. It's more of a bandwidth thing, because it's not that it can't load more chunks. It's just that sending you those chunks is bottlenecked. So yeah, I could just set the render distance to 2, set it to 15, and The chunks load. This is cool stuff here. And let's try kicking myself. Wait, can this kick people or can it only ban people? That's something. Because obviously we can. Yeah, okay, players kick. Kick players, and then it needs a specific kick players thing. So let me look up that schema, because there a lot of these like things that kind of take objects have their own custom schema, which is described. Kick underscore players. Oh, this is the schema. Takes a fucking message. So kick player, which is a JSON object, or it's an JSON object, contains an array of players. So let's no, that's the wrong thing. This thing. Let's do this. Okay, so or some sort of array representing players there, which is of the player type, and then a message which is of the message type. Is that not just a string?
AC on it.
I'm gonna assume that that's a string. So
I'm not gonna open my. I'm gonna open my window. That's probably easier.
I got my window open here because the air conditioning. Well, because the door in this, despite the fact there's air conditioning here, the doors of these rooms are designed, it seems like, to prevent the air conditioning from coming in. There is literally a rubber seal around the door on the frame.
Yeah, I remember that when I was at Mohawk, that AC practically was. It's just in the common area. AC in it, that was an art thing.
It does. This AC works pretty well. I just usually keep the door open and have a fan in the hallway blowing in.
Yeah. It's only in the common area, so it's kind of like, why?
Oh, player right here at the bottom. So, player has a name and... Goddamn, do I actually have to get to hold the goddamn ID of myself? I might. Okay, here, I'm gonna... Before I kick the players... I'm gonna get the players. So actually, what I'm gonna do, okay, Minecraft players, send. What? Oh, now it doesn't accept an empty thing. Dang it! If I put like an empty thing in there, it'll do that, but it'll get an error because. Okay. Before I. Here, let me just comment what I got there. Before I go on, I gotta, gosh dang, do things here. So, yeah, this way of parsing the parameters is pretty bad. So if not string parameters, what? If not string parameters dot or I guess it would be not equals there, and then we just so if that is not equal to that, then payload JSON is equal to this. Because let payload JSON equal, we'll just create it there. Then else payload JSON equals basically the same thing. We just don't include the parameters because they're not necessary if they're not provided. All right. Players. Send the players. So I got actually my whole player description there. And then kick. Get this again. I think you can probably kick multiple players in a single thing. I just can't be bothered to open up a second Minecraft window to check that out right now. Maybe I'll check that out after stream. Okay. So let's go back to here. Okay, so the player takes a name and an ID, and that's it. Both as a string. Actually, so for each player, it should just be this. You can just copy, paste that into there. Now, what is the message section? Also want to try seeing what a system message does, because that looks interesting. Where is the message schema? A lot of things are, in schemas here. A lot of things are messages with reference to message. Okay, what is this under? Okay, that is, oh, wow. Okay. Properties. Translatable. Translatable params. Literal. Oh, okay, I don't think these are all required. Actually, in fact, it might not be entirely required to have the entire player name and ID provided. I'm gonna see if I can just get away with using a literal message here, and I don't have to provide the other links, because I don't think I would have to. Literal, : screw you. Alright. Let's push this guy over to the side here. Come on, move the window. There we go. Move Minecraft there. Click send. Hey, it worked! Screw you! But I can join right back. Okay, now if I remove my ID here, and instead just use my username, I need to theoretically make this text box wider, but that's a lot of effort right now. So, okay, you don't actually need both the name and ID. You need one or the other. Either of them will work. Good to know. Oh, and it just returns the player object that you sent when you kick someone. Cool. So here's the other thing. So this allows a message. Okay, basically what a message is just a Minecraft text component that can either be translated or literal. Literal is probably what you're gonna want to have used most of the time. Translatable parameters. Don't entirely know what that's for. But translatable, I think we could use this to get, well, literally anything from a lang file to show up there, based off whatever language is. So if we say translatable, what do I know can be a yes, I don't let's just try one I can think about is like enchantment level. So let's try enchantment.level.5. Try that. Ah, it worked! V! And so likewise, if I rejoin here and switch this to enchantment level 50, we will just get, yeah, the good old, oh, my phone's battery is low. We will just get the good old enchantment.level.50 here. Okay. Let's see, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours here. I think we did pretty good here. I will, yeah, I guess I will post, I guess, this code and stuff on GitHub and link it under the stream afterwards. I might go a bit further with this off stream. Might actually make a thing where, like, here's a list of players, here's a list of actions you can automatically take with them. Here's the notifications popping up. But yeah, I guess with that, I'm gonna say thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on your way out of the stream and subscribe. We just passed 100 subscribers like yesterday or something like that. So, woo! Anyhow, yeah, check out my game linked in the description, and we'll see you all in the next live stream video thing, whatever. Bye!